You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kyle, and we are back with the Coke Studio Pakistan Season 15 of The Magical Journey of Jhol. If you have not seen my reaction to Jhol itself, please go check that out before diving into this one, but I'm excited to go behind the scenes and to see some familiar faces. Thank you all for being here. I'm not sure what Jhol exactly means, but for me, what it means so far from at least watching the Jhol performance was the complexities of love itself. Whether it's you're in a long distance relationship, or if you're just away from your love, or if you loved someone and the separation of that. Whatever separation it is, it feels like that's what Jhol is about. It's the complexities of love. I'm sure we're going to find out exactly what it means on this magical journey of Jhol. So thank you all so much for this love and support and for being here. I love the performances, but something about these magical journeys and the behind the scenes, because of this incredible Coke Studio team, I almost like it just as much or even more, because you get to see the pure heart behind all of these people, and that's why I love this so much. Sorry about that. Let's get going.
ये कितना ज़रूरी है कि वो लोग जो ओन करें उस नैरेटिव
You'll be right away, my brother.
को, दुनिया का ऐसा हिस्सा बने कि आप वो दुनिया उनके बगैर सोच ही नहीं सकते. एक दिन ना अब्दुल्ला ने ना मुझे कॉल की, कहता है मानू ने एक गाना लिखा है, आई जस्ट वॉन्ट यू टू हेयर इट, हम कब आएँ. मैं कोई प्लान करना शुरू हुआ तो कल कहता है अभी आ जाए. मैंने कहा आ जाओ. ठीक है. तो वो जी पहुंच गए दोनों, मानू और अब्दुल्ला.
Just like that.
There's this attitude around pop music. It's somehow inherently less meaningful, but it really takes fine craftsmanship to write the kind of hook that he did.
Wow, you're so right, and I agree, and I'm so glad that they brought up that pop somehow doesn't have meaning behind it, and I'm so glad. That's kind of what the Coke Studio Pakistan has been doing for me, is bringing in a pop flair to music and bringing meaning behind it. But pop music is so universal. It's such an easier, digestive food form of the music for everyone to take in. And I'm so glad to know that Abdullah is this guy.
It really takes fine craftsmanship to write the kind of hook that he did.
Fine craftsmanship, for sure.
The moment the song's chorus hit,
Yeah.
वो इतना हंस जाने वाली चीज़ थी. सो पीछे क्या चल रहा है फॉर इट टू हिट लाइक दिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट.
यार, you have no idea.
I'm Manu, and I'm a 25-year-old singer, songwriter, rapper, and producer from Lahore.
I love ping pong too.
I think credit for my initial incline towards music वो मेरे पेरेंट्स को जाता है. बचपन से उन्होंने मुझे बहुत सारे म्यूज़िक मुझे सुनाया. जब मैं 8 साल का था तब मुझे क्लासिकल सिंगिंग लेसन्स के लिए एक उस्ताद रखवा दिए थे, जो उस टाइम में मुझे बहुत बुरा लगता था सारा एक्सपीरियंस, because that's nothing that an 8-year-old wants to go through.
It sure helped him though.
A levels में जाके I wrote my first song. That's when I think everything changed for me.
It does change when you make your first song.
मैं और मेरा मैनेजर सिक्की, हमने डिसाइड किया था कि हम इंस्टाग्राम पे पेज बनाएंगे और उस पे 1 minute वीडियोस डाला करेंगे of just me singing with a guitar, and that's how we started out initially. So I
That's
found
an interesting approach, because me as a YouTube creator myself, I actually understand that business model, because if you're a minute or less, then you can make it obviously a normal video, or you can make it into a short film. So like if you, and that's going to both audiences and both revenue sides. So that's a very smart approach, and you can still show a lot in a minute too. So that's very, very
Started out initially. So I found out कि मेरी जो actual voice है वो मेरी songwriting में और उस authenticity में belong करती है. जो मुझे उस वक्त एक disconnect feel हो रहा था ये था कि इस generation का कोई भी इंसान जो बैठा है इस वक्त पाकिस्तान में रह रहा है उससे कुछ relatable music in the pop scene नहीं exist कर रहा था. I wanted to push that कि यार like यहाँ के जो narratives हैं यहाँ की जो कहानियाँ I want to hear more of that.
मानू ना is an artist जिसका career various shades हैं. मुझे ना उसका वो नैरेटिव पसंद है कि जहाँ वो ज़्यादा सेंसिटिव है, ज़्यादा इमोशनल है, ज़्यादा मेलोडिक है.
My mom, she was always my number one fan, always biggest supporter. पहला जो ही मैं गाना लिखता था तो मैं सबसे पहले जाके उनको सुनाता था हमेशा से. Even this song झोल भी जो है ये उनका I think सबसे favorite गाना था that I've ever written.
Wow, his mom's favorite song.
I think I'm gonna miss her like crazy for the rest of my life.
She's gone. That's sad.
मानू के केस में ये लगता है कि जब वो मेलोडी गाता है वो उसकी सेंसिबिलिटी अपनी है. झोल ना इस सेंसिबिलिटी का मेरे लिए कि परफेक्ट एग्जांपल. तो मुझे वाकई मानू में प्यार आया जिस तरीके से उसने इस गाने के लिए अपनी.
Pakistan is such an emotionally intelligent culture and people that I have noticed at least, and I feel that's why I resonate so much because I'm such an emotional person myself and I'm so empathetic and enthusiastic, so both ranges of the emotions where I really love their ability to have these penetrating lyrics with a poppy catchy hook. And that's just best of both worlds. So then the lyrics don't completely overcome you with sadness, but it gives you hope mixed with that pop. And it's really incredible to watch how it all happens. And it's for me mind-blowing because it's always meant to be. None of this is predetermined. This is Abdullah coming to UFB with the idea. He then hears it. And we don't even know how the girl then gets blended into this yet, at least for me. So I'm already captured by this. And that's why I think these behind the scenes should have more views than they do. They should have almost as many views as the actual performance itself. And I think more people should spend time to check this one out. Hopefully this helps get it out there.
अपनी दीवारें तोड़ी इसको एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए. जिसके बारे में वो सोचना नहीं चाहता था उसने सोच के उनको एक्सप्रेस किया.
On a very fundamental level, it is a romantic song. जब अपने beloved को ये भी कह रहे हो कि आपसे इतना प्यार है तो आप साथ साथ उसको शिकवा भी कर रहे हो. Really talking about the not so nice things about love as well.
पहली बात तो दिमाग में आई there should be somebody who is responding to मानू. Interestingly जो उसने उसका second verse गाने का लिखा हुआ था ना, लगता ही था कि किसी और का point of view है कि ऐसे जैसे वो मेलोडी बन उस इंसान के लिए रही थी लेकिन उस इंसान को पता नहीं था. तो वो थी अनूरा.
See, every time.
उस इंसान के लिए रही थी लेकिन उस इंसान को पता नहीं था. तो वो थी अनूरा.
And the person was Nuo. Let me make sure I got the name right. It's Anurel Khalid. Okay. Anurel. Just beautiful. He found the answer. See, every single time. That for me is mind-blowing. That's how your studio is based off of. Let's see if we can find organic artists that come to us through God, in my opinion, and then let's see if there are the questions and the answers that won't be forced so that it's raw and unique when it comes together. And that's why it's mind-blowing coming from over here.
कि ऐसे जैसे वो मेलोडी बन उस इंसान के लिए रही थी लेकिन उस इंसान को पता नहीं था. तो वो थी अनूरा. In Anural's case, दिस वॉज टेलर मेड फॉर हर। और जब उसने खुद भी इसमें लिख दिया ना, तो बात अब कहीं और चली जाती।
मेरा नाम अनूरुल खालिद है। माय डैड सेज कि मैंने जब बोलना स्टार्ट किया था मैंने साथ ही गाना भी स्टार्ट कर दिया था।
I've always been the kind of girl that hid my face, so afraid to tell the world what I've got to say.
This is practically the first time I performed और ये मैं हूँ।
I'm a new father, so
This was my first encounter with a crowd and it was fun. ये मैंने वो चांद पकड़ा हुआ है, तो मुझे खड़े होके बस लाइक चांद पकड़ना बढ़िया। बाबा ने मुझे शुरू से encourage करते थे कि be confident about your singing and music is the one thing just it keeps me sane. I just have to like put my heart into it and like just enjoy it. I was like a cover artist, but then I started writing songs and putting out my own music.
Wow, they have similar journeys, don't they?
आप चाहते हो कि लोग आपके गाने भी सुने, लेकिन उनके दिमाग में आपका वो कवर आर्टिस्ट वाला इमेज एक बन चुका होता है।
Yes.
तो उसको लाइक ब्रेक करना is really hard, but I feel like I'm getting there.
This will sure help you.
लोगों की expectations आपसे बढ़ जाती हैं. You have to like only keep moving upwards.
Yeah. Wow, what a great
The kind of melodies she writes, the kind of vocal delivery she has, it's all really refreshing.
ये कोरस भी गाया, जो उसने अपना वर्स भी गाया, इट वॉज लाइक ओके आवर नैरेटिव इज सॉर्ट ऑफ, हमें वो कन्वर्सेशन मिल गई है दोनों की।
Yes, we are.
There's this producer who is one of my favorite producers in the country, Abdullah Kasumbi. He actually उसका आइडिया था कि पंजाबी में गाओ तुम।
मैं मानूंगा एक गाना बेसिकली रिपीट पे सुना था, मेलनकॉलिक। हाँ मुझे बहुत पसंद था। हाँ मुझे मानू की वो साइड बड़ी पसंद आई हुई थी। मैंने मानू को बोला मुझे सैड गाना बनाना है तुम्हारे साथ, प्लस पंजाबी।
Want to make a sad
और उसने
song?
मुझे इस तरह से प्रोब ना किया होता, तो आई थिंक वो मेरी एक न्यू साइड ऑफ माई म्यूज़िक जो कि अब खुल चुकी हुई, वो कभी खुलती ना।
See, this might be a sad song and tough conversations for a lot of people. For me, at least with how I just am in my genes, I enjoy not conflict, but addressing things. So I love both sides of love where you're supposed to be with a partner that isn't just a yes man, that actually will like say no and like have some pushback and help iron you out and make you a better person. And that's also why you miss the person when they're away so much, is because it's like you're one of the only people that can actually be a true mirror for me, and then not only is a mirror but also says something back. So that's why I love this one, and it's so cool to see that it's more about lovers that are just away from each other, I think, at least in this interpretation. And it's so cool to see just again the culture of accepting both sides of what love's about, where over in the West, in Canada a lot, and like you just think of Disneyland and just like the Disney way of love, and not necessarily all the shadow side of what love can even do. So very incredible.
जबरदस्त। इन दैट रियल्म जो हमने क्रिएट कर ली है, वो देसी भी है, अच्छा ज़बरदस्त इनोवेटिव देसी है मैं कह रहा हूँ। और उसके अंदर आप दोनों के एक्सप्रेशन, जो यंग पंजाबी एक्सप्रेशन इमोशन है ना, आई जस्ट फील कि वो केमिस्ट्री इज एक्चुअली मैजिक। With so many energies and so much love has been put into it by Anural, and then all of the people over here. इस टाइम पे इमोशनल भी हूँ, खुश भी हूँ कि this song has reached this point. So well done यार, well done everyone.
मुझे हमेशा से लाइक जुल्फी भाई ने बहुत ज़्यादा एक वो भी मुझे दिया कि आई डोंट थिंक तुम रियलाइज़ कर रहे हो कि ये गाना कि तुमने क्या लिख लिया है, और कि ये बहुत अच्छी, उनसे मुझे बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस मिला। वन थिंग ही इज़ रियली गुड एट इज़ मेकिंग श्योर दैट यू नो दैट the whole system believes in you, like
Yeah.
fully.
In my head, Coke Studio was something not for like normal people. And you know, I can consider myself as like a very, very normal person.
And I'm so happy she said that, because for me, from my experience watching Fresh and Raw, I thought it was for the normal people who then get the chance to have a chance to be on there and to break whatever mold they were in. Like, I always forget her name, but the lady here, she had that story where she was a cover artist and she wanted to get away from this. So this is the perfect way to help you. And Manu creating this masterpiece of Jhol himself, and Yofi, his ability to give confidence into, like Manu was saying, the whole team, not just Yofi, the whole team had the support behind both of them. And you can see it evident. And when you get to see it in action as well, not just by the saying it happened, but we get to see it with these behind the scenes.
When you have a team of sensitive people and then you also engage them in just listening sessions, तो होता क्या है कि उसमें हर बंदा कनेक्ट होके कोई ना कोई बात, कोई ना कोई आइडिया ऐसा दे सकता है जो उस चीज़ के अंदर ऐसी कंट्रीब्यूशन कर दे जो आइकॉनिक हो, जो मेमोरेबल। बाय बाय, लाफिज, थैंक यू।
Involve everyone in every step. Best teams do that.
Jhol is like this soundtrack to a very important moment in a love story, in a movie.
Yeah, like I said, very cinematic.
कि स्टोरी डिफाइन, क्रिएट, कंस्ट्रक्ट करने के लिए बंदा ऐसा चाहिए जो फिल्म स्टोरी सोचता हो, एंड दैट इज व्हाई जमाल केम इनटू द पिक्चर।
Okay, that makes sense.
जमाल इज अ फिल्म
Jamal
मेकर,
is
वो
a
स्टोरी
filmmaker.
सोचता है।
There you go. What a visual.
So the first thing that happened when I listened to the song was, you know, it's got such a visceral visual quality. Immediately मुझे कुछ images आना शुरू हो गई थी उसकी।
Wow, incredible.
Somehow I imagined some kind of movement. There's something about the song that has a journey in it. Something about that said कि इसमें train होनी चाहिए किसी तरह।
Full circle journey.
There's a melancholy, you feel. There's sort of a sadness to it.
Yeah.
This needs to be a hybrid of a short film and a music video.
Which it sure was. That's why I thought it felt so different from the other ones, where a lot of them are one take feels.
The story is essentially about two star-crossed lovers who are torn apart by external forces. All these opportunities they have to talk to each other, they keep missing them.
He's paranoid. He thinks that I'm like unfaithful.
Right.
जो एक main feeling बार-बार आ रही थी was like this feeling of longing.
Two people, if they could just speak to each other,
Yeah.
वो पूरी कहानी
Miscommunication.
easy हो जाती।
There you go.
Anurul and Manu have never acted. I think there was a fair bit of concern कि यार इनको कभी acting करते देखा नहीं है, तो क्या होगा?
Was a huge challenge, like putting ourselves into these two characters' shoes.
Musical
Character
theater.
guys and action.
I thought they did phenomenal. Like I said, mesmerized by their performance.
Wind.
अगर हमें 2 दिन
Convinced.
पहले से रिहर्सल ना कराया होता जमाल ने, तो it would have been a disaster. Like हम बस हंसते ही रहते सारा वक्त सेट पे। Staring contest
Very
कोई
true.
हमारे, ताकि we break the ice and like
Yeah.
get into like professional actor mode.
I
And now
totally-
we're actors.
See, that's the thing. Think of this opportunity, and getting pushed out of your comfort zone is the best thing for growth. And honestly, that's what is so encouraging, watching these journeys of these normal people, which clearly they're not. These are stars. If not, they're being born as we see them in these performances. And they were going from just being a singer-songwriter to actually like acting while singing and performing. We see that they actually brought like a filmmaker in here to give this a whole different feel, where it's like a movie / music video blended together, which you could see it was a whole different feel. So I love what she was saying, where they had to have these rehearsal moments so that they can get over the giggles in the moment of it, because if you're getting out of your comfort zone, that's what happens a lot of the time. We all know what a first kiss even feels like in love. There's something about that is like you're nervous and you start laughing and you have to get used to kissing before, And I remember the first time I even went for a kiss, I told the girl, I'm so nervous, please don't laugh because I don't know if I'm good at this and I hate looking bad in front of people. And then she literally started laughing just because of that moment. Like she's saying, it's like, we're going to start acting and we need to have these rehearsals before I can do it professionally and be actor mode. So I think this is just so cool and getting to see the rawness of them.
हुआ ये हमने रिहर्सल की, वो यहाँ से यहाँ 2 घंटे के अंदर पहुँचे. They started coming up with their own ideas. हमारा character ये करेगा, वो करेगा, अगर ये try कर ले, मैंने कहा करो 100 बिस्मिल्लाह, let's do it.
So in tune with themselves and each other in the moment and progressing.
मेरा हमेशा process शुरू होता है question से. Karachi is a city that's historically had these jazz bars and clubs वगैरह. What would have happened if those nightclubs had continued to thrive till today?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I looked up what Jhol meant, and it said Jhol was also a city in Pakistan, but they brought up Karachi here. So please let me know what Jhol means outside of the city, if there is a literal meaning. If there's not a literal meaning, just help me out with some of that too.
In that world, there's influences from the west, there's influences from the east. Karachi historically as a port city always had so much influence coming in as the first point of contact.
Okay, that makes sense.
So वो बड़ा एक interesting other world बनता है, which is at once familiar but also something quite new.
Karachi definitely sounds familiar.
ये ठीक है.
इसका वो कंचन बना. जिस तरह स्टोरी है कि मानू is looking for Anurul and Anurul is looking for Manu and they keep on missing each other. So it was almost like a spark of light that goes and then comes, just like a jugnu. So jugnu का एक element which एक South Asian and romantic stories में बहुत ज़्यादा.
Hashem, always I see Hashem, so I just wanted to make sure to shout out Hashem Ali as well, who's the production designer and
उसी
art
तरह
director.
goes and then
I just
comes,
needed to know that.
just like a jugnu. So jugnu का एक element which एक South Asian and romantic stories में बहुत ज़्यादा होता है.
Romantic stories, okay.
उसी तरह जो हमारा स्टेज है उसके टॉप पे we have all these little punctured holes of lights. उसके अंदर से वो लाइट क्रिस क्रॉस करती है जैसे एक जुगनू गुजरते हुए जा रहा है.
Okay. Beautiful.
So Mo Azmi is someone I've been wanting to work with for a long time. I think he's one of the best cinematographers we have in the country.
Wow. What a team, eh?
When I was initially coming up with the concept of what kind of story this would be, I imagined his aesthetic as a cinematographer.
This is next level music and art. Some of the best on their fields all together.
पिछली बार ना वर्ल्ड बिल्डिंग खूबसूरत थी, लेकिन वो परफॉर्मेंस स्पेसेस ही थी. ये ना परफॉर्मेंस स्पेस तो है, लेकिन साथ ही स्टोरी स्पेस भी.
Yeah, it's a story space for sure. You got that right. I love this rhythm here. Awesome. Let me know, y'all, in Pakistan, is ping pong just like massive or something? Because I love my ping pong.
5-3 हमारी
तो जितने स्लीक होते हैं ना उतनी शीट लुक आती है. Yeah, I like it now.
Saima.
So what we're creating is big beautiful eyes, very moodish kind of earthy tones, but very talking eyes.
Moody tones and talking lines. Okay.
With Manu, we wanted to do something that was East meets West kind of look. So we went for a shalwar inspired trouser. We did a tucked-in shirt. I think the silhouette is working really nicely overall. Maroon specifically because we wanted to have them come together as a band.
if we were a band, we would be called Maroon 10.
Maroon 10.
It's
Nice.
amazing.
Awesome.
Like, it's just the best dad joke I've heard in my life. Like, I love it.
I love my dad jokes too.
9
See,
o'clock पे
Pakistan loves their dad jokes, and that's like if only people knew that. Like for me, I didn't think Pakistan would like dad jokes for some reason. Maybe I'm just ignorant, but like I'm sure everyone around the world loves dad jokes. Who couldn't love a dad joke? Come on now, yo. Come on, dad jokes.
है क्या 9 o'clock पे रिलीज है और 10 o'clock पे मेकअप है ठीक है स्पीड पे आ जाओ स्पीड 000 ड्राइव
Yeah.
Wow.
Girl's outfit is revolutionary. It is the serve of the century. I'm not exaggerating. She looks beautiful. It's
Yeah.
dark, feminine. It's so tasteful. It's so unique.
So tasty.
It's rock and roll. So yeah.
Yeah, you got that right.
सबकी कॉस्ट्यूम्स वगैरह देख सकते हैं आप वो काफ़ी विंटेज लुक आ रही है 70s 60s टाइप
60s.
आ रही है so amazing stuff there's a lot more stay tuned Coke Studio
God, I love Coke Studio. They're the goats. I hope they win awards.
Cameras. And action!
Let me know if they win awards. God, I love how it all comes together.
And God! Oh! So good! Both of you, so good!
Wow. To see how far they come, out of their comfort zone, and the steps they take.
You know, that same feeling of stuff that you've thought of suddenly coming to fruition. Months and months of work, working with my boy here, it's been a dream.
That's so
Thank
sweet.
you so much for your support and your kindness and your patience. Thank you all.
Wow. What's so cool is not even it's not about just the artists who come together. It's really about the team that comes together and the people in the field, like the cinematography, the fashion, all these juggernauts in their fields come together and they almost not idolize each other, but they just have so much respect for each other as well. And then they probably push each other to different levels because we know when like super groups or anything come together or like even all-star games, they elevate each other as well. So I think it's just so cool that there's so many familiar faces, but then there's always room for flexibility for who's going to come in maybe for the fashion this time. And there's still room to keep you on your toes. So it's not always the same thing coming at you. And wow, this is just, I'm loving this magical journey of Jhol. And we're almost done already. Bravo.
I think one of the best things about working on Coke Studio is you get to really work with
The best of the
best of the best.
There you go, right?
And the vibe is just one of the most sort of creatively electric that I've ever seen.
There you go. Exactly what I was trying to elaborate.
Jhol ki visual personality is another step sideways into how we can build worlds in Coke Studio. हम story spaces बना रहे हैं. We're taking that freedom to see what else can we do in the Coke Studio world. Jhol is that idea of storytelling.
Music, personally, for me, has been a way of channeling my emotions into something positive.
Yeah.
It's just helped me a lot.
Kept you sane, right?
I didn't have as many friends. Being a loner, it was nice to have music.
This is one of those songs जो personally means a lot to me because it was my mom's favorite song that I had ever written, and ever since her passing, it's been stuck with me. She was someone who was so actively involved in my career and in every sort of part of my life, like my bestest friend. Now it's more like I feel like I'm also doing this
in some ways for her. I hope it does well, of course, but I think जो मकसद मेरे लिए था वो पूरा हो गया.
Yeah, good job, Manu. Annarelle, Manu, that was stunning. Coke Studio team, magnificent again. You find a way to keep it fresh and to change it up as well. Coming from Canada here, I love my cinematography. I love my movies. So it's so cool to see that they have such a flexibility with their art and where they can go with it, which obviously it's a studio. You don't have to be one certain genre, and then I know that, but their ability is not even like they're focusing first on the music. It almost feels like it's the question and the answer first. So that's why the question and the answer sometimes is what can unite people over music sometimes. It's just a thought and an idea and an answer to that, because we hate questions that go unanswered. So I think their ability to get everyone into a room as part of the process of how the song's coming together, it's the conversation that everyone's having from all these different aspects of life and professions, and then they're able to have this unique conversation get built into the music, and it gets produced moving that way, which is such a unique way, in my opinion, to have music be made. Because if you focus just on the music, it's really just a percentage, a piece of the pie of what Coke Studio really is. If you didn't have music and this was all just you're watching it go down, the storytelling is so perfect that you could understand the story even without lyrics. And to know that these are just normal people that have come and then started singing and acting, and on the Coke Studio itself, being pushed out of their comfort zones, but then to see all these professionals giving them the thumbs up, like, hey, you nailed it, and in 2 hours, look how far you came. That's just so encouraging. And as a father who's learning how to try to motivate while not denigrating, but still pushing to try to be better for everyone that I'm trying to be a leader for, this is such an encouraging way to see how they do it for these people, because Yulfi and the whole team at Coke Studio find ways to make sure they're feeling so encouraged while they're going outside of their comfort zone, which is the adventure of a life, y'all. If you don't go out of your comfort zone, you can't even have an adventure. That's the whole point of it, right? So love is an adventure, and it looks like at least the person that produced this was saying that this story ultimately was about lovers that had external forces that separated them. Kind of like what I was thinking about the La La Land. And that was my first initial heart interpretation of this. And that's why I feel lucky doing these Coke Studio, because at least so far, I feel like I've been getting very close to the interpretation of the song on first listen. And for me, that makes me feel very close to the culture. And that's the whole part of why I'm on this channel to begin with. So thank you all for being here. This one was a longer video. I appreciate if you made it this far. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button if you have not yet. And comment down below if you want to see me continue my Coke Studio journey. And if there are going to be more amazing songs and behind the scenes from season 15 is yet to be known for me. But if you do know there's more songs coming, please let me know so I can stay excited. And if this is it, we have a lot more coming down from Coke Studio Pakistan. So thank you all so much for spending time again. We are now exiting the rabbit hole, folks. Peace and love. God bless y'all.
Hey guys, thank you so much for making it this far in the video. If you like this channel, remember to subscribe right here. And if you want to subscribe to the artist that you just heard, remember, it is right here. And if you're excited to see another video that we think you might like, click here.
Thank you so much, Chronicans, for making it this far. We love you so much.